Poštovani gledalci, dobar dan. Sa nama je Sissi koja će se predstaviti na Eesti Laulu sa pesmom Lighthouse. Ovo je njen treći put kako ona učestvuje na Eesti Laulu i do sad je beležila sjajne rezultate. Hello Sissi, how are you?
Hello, everyone. Doing well.
So, Eesti Laul for third time with different style, I would say, and a different haircut as well. Can you tell us something more about your song Lighthouse? What was the inspiration of it?
Well, the true inspiration for Lighthouse is grief and the lack of feeling it, and how much really people are afraid of their deep emotions. They're afraid of feeling grief. They're afraid of feeling pain. And they're afraid that all of this is somehow wrong, as if me going through my emotions is bad somehow. So the whole song is the process of accepting a loss, to feeling it, to being able to present it out into the world, to finally integrating it into your life within 3 minutes.
And about your staging, it's quite intimate. You're alone there, you're barefoot, and you seem quite vulnerable on stage. Are you happy with the way? How did you brought your emotion there during those 3 minutes?
With the emotion, I'm very happy because this song does require vulnerability. With this song, I'm trying to say that, listen, anyone who's listening right now with me, who's watching my performance, for 3 minutes, I want you to feel whatever it is you're feeling, and I promise you, I'm feeling it with you on this stage. So I was going through my own emotions and, being on the verge of tears for most of the song to really normalize it. And I'm barefoot because for me, comfort is very important. I will never wear something I'm not comfortable with. And for me, being barefoot and really feeling the stage is important for me. So I'm barefoot. I have very flowy clothes. I cut off my own hair a year ago exactly with my little sister because I was like, well, I've been wanting to do it for years. So I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna take them off. So the whole song is very organic. Like everything you see happening, like even my mother and my sister who created the stage performance, right? They're my stage, I don't know the English word, lavaste. They do my performance, like they'll tell me like, do whatever you do naturally once, and then let's see how we can turn that into a show. Like that's how we created the staging as well.
I have to say that you really brought attention to yourself with that style, and yes, you will perform on even bigger stage in the final. Am I right? So
Yes.
I'm really curious to find out how will it go. And it's your third time on Eesti Laul.
Yes.
And back in 2019, you were quite young. You were 20 years old only, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us something more from that perspective? Would you advise something to yourself back then, because you are now much more experienced?
I tell her to just trust everything. Like everything's for a reason, right? I understand very well why I did not go to the Eurovision last time. Like I see it so well right now. So I tell the young version of myself, like just go with the flow, trust it. Don't be sad about it. Don't be angry about it. Just feel it.
You were fourth and then second. It's the great record on Eesti Laul. So is it time for the first place?
I hope so. I really do. Like I've dreamt of going to the Eurovisions ever since I can remember. Like I haven't even dreamt of winning the Eurovision. I would always dream about going to the Eurovision. Like that right there is my goal. Really being a part of that whole Eurovision community. So this year's the year. I hope so.
You say that you first want to go to Eurovision and you're not dreaming about winning the Eurovision, but
Yeah.
it is in your blood because your father, Dave Benton, he is a legend in Estonia. He won Eurovision in second attempt of Estonia, actually. No, actually, yeah, Estonia came to Eurovision back in 90s, but everybody, it's still song that do you hear it still on Estonian radio and everywhere?
Yes. It's still everywhere and people still perform it and we bring it back every now and then, especially like big patriotic like concerts about Estonia, and we have our big song festivals, like it'll sometimes be there where thousands and millions of people are singing it. So it's cool. It's here.
Do you talk to him about all of these Eurovision things and everything? Does he has any
Yeah.
advice for you?
I love hearing his stories about the Eurovision. Like he'll talk about them a lot because me and my sister, we constantly ask about it. And he always told me that like it's not personal. Like, it's not even, if you win, you're not the best. If you lose, it's not that you're the worst. It's all about what people want right now, and it's in no way, shape, or form personal. So he always tells me to get out there and kick ass. Like, every time he'll tell me that, and just enjoy being on stage.
Yes, actually, that's very right what he said, because last year on Eurovision we had a great example of it. Armenian song called Snap came only like 21st or something, and
Yeah.
it's a worldwide hit now. So
Yes.
results are just results. It's out of
Exactly.
it's out of our power. And yeah, about your second attempt, you came second, and that Eesti Laul was a very strange one because of the COVID. No public, you were all wearing those masks there, and it was just. Can you describe us a bit how was that?
It's strange not performing in front of people, like only performing into a camera. You don't feel the energy. Like that year, I'm actually genuinely happy I didn't go to Eurovision, because that means I would have missed out on the crowd and the energy and all of, the beautiful love that comes from really performing to an audience. And we couldn't have like teams with us, so it was like the most essential teams were there, and we were really spaced out all the time, so no one really was, we couldn't hang out and be with each other. So it was a very different kind of experience, one that I'm happy that I did. I mean, like I said, it's an experience, right?
Yeah, you definitely had experience to come there in that strange year, and seems like you participate and then take a year of break and then again come back
Yeah.
every
I
second
wasn't
year.
going to come this year. I wasn't. The Lighthouse was, it was a therapy song I wrote to myself, and then one of a producer I know convinced me to produce it with him because he loved it. And then he convinced me for 2 weeks to send it into Eesti Laul because I didn't want to do it. I was like, no, the song is mine. Like, I don't know. And now I'm extremely happy I did it. But yeah, it took time.
Yeah, your song, your personal song, came out on the big stage, and probably that's your biggest satisfaction because many people feel it so personally.
Yeah, and
Uh,
most of my music that really the world hasn't heard, because I've been writing for myself. I think I have over 50 songs already. It's very personal, like it's extremely personal, and I hope that it touches people in their hearts.
and what can we expect from Sissi in future?
Well, this year I'm making an album. I want to get
Oh,
my
great.
music out into the world for everyone to listen and share my experience of being human with me. I want to start performing again. I hope to travel a lot. I hope to work with people from different parts of the world with my music as well, not just Estonia.
And probably the big advantage is your ancestry, your heritage. It's quite exotic, interesting, and you bring something really unusual on stage. When they see your emotion, it's quite different than a classic northern country.
Thanks.
And yeah, you know what I was also wondering? Estonia is a country of about a million inhabitants, right? And
Yeah.
how can you produce that good music from everywhere? I really like Eesti Laul, and I actually listen personally to many Estonian singers. So, what is the secret?
Maybe there's less pressure in a smaller place. Like there's more chances. I often feel like living in Estonia, where you have like less people, gave me more of a chance to really make it, even more being seen, right? Creating that contact with people. I feel like maybe if I was born in the US, it might be harder. It might actually be so much harder because there's so much more people and it's so huge. So I do believe that Estonia has a kind of intimacy that really allows you to cultivate art.
Yeah, I really like that, and I just hope that you will continue Estonia in general and you personally to bring to us everything that you brought in the past. Dear Sissi, thanks a lot, and I wish you all the best in your third Eesti Laul final. And yeah, let's see what will it bring to us.
Thank you.
Poštovani gledalci, to bi bila Sissi, predstavnica, odnosno učesnica Eesti Laula. Uživajte, naravno, bit će još intervjua, tako da, eto, to bi bilo to. Pozdrav!